Hi everyone. How's everybody doing? I have been busy these past couple of weeks, so I wasn't able to do another video, but this is like everybody's following me anyway. Thanks guys. Anyway, hello YouTube community, hello Twitter followers. So a lot has happened since the last time we've talked. Hold on, I'm gonna put on some music because it's a little weird when it's quiet in here. Why don't we do some Bobby Brown? Yeah. Hope it's not too loud. Alright, where's my... Oops, not what I'm looking for. I'm so sorry guys. Let me get myself organized here. Okay, there I am. Sorry. Anyway. So recent event has happened that made me really sad. I got my bike stolen from my apartment. My brother, he took the bike to the shop, took our bikes to the shop and said that mine was so beaten up and worn out that I needed to pay $100 some to get it fixed, which I was planning to do. So when he got the bikes back, he moved to the house, because originally they were in front of the house. He moved them inside the house, and I guess we're in the process of moving things around. He put my bike in the back of the apartment because he didn't think anybody would steal it because it was so old and beaten up. The tires were deflated. I mean, the chain was rusted. I mean, it was not a desirable bike. But lo and behold, it was taken because my brother told me, oh, because I've asked him where my bike was. He's, oh, it's behind the house. And I looked. I didn't see it. I was hoping that maybe he stored it somewhere where I just couldn't see it. He went back. When I asked him again where it was, he actually looked back there and he looked around and he kept looking around and he came with some sad news that was taken. Um, so that's how life is sometimes. I was really sad. I cried and cried and cried. It's a bike I've had for like 20 some years. It's like my first big girl bike. The last time I rode it was probably a year or two ago when I had more free time to be more active and yeah, more free time to be active and I wanted to start working out again when I had more time, but unfortunately somebody decided to take my bike and you know, I never understood the intentions of people or why they would take something that's not theirs and it's not, I mean, it wasn't, no, it's free. Um, it was, you know, it wasn't even a brand new bike. If it was a brand new bike, then yeah, of course somebody might have taken it, but it wasn't. And I was very sad. I called my mom, and I didn't want to tell her because I was afraid she would be upset. But what she told me, I mean, she wasn't upset. My mother, she's a very sweet person, and she's a practicing Buddhist, which I am too, and she's been a Buddhist for all of her life. She told me that, and now I'm going to try to translate to the best of my ability. She said that, you know, when you came into this world, you didn't have anything. So you didn't have any kind of possessions or materials. And the things that we do have in this lifetime, these things are not really mine. They're just temporary. They're just stuff. And then once I leave this world, it's not going to go with me. Although it'd be kind of weird maybe to bury my stuff with me because like if you see, excuse me, if you see behind me, that's my pet dispenser collection, and I have like 100 of them. I don't know if I might want them buried with me. I don't know. But anyway, serious point across is that these things are temporary and they hold so much sentimental value. Like each stuff, I mean everything, every item I have, I have memories attached to them. Um, so that did make me feel a little bit better. And then she said, you know, you should take it as a positive, you know, and you know, try not to get upset when somebody else is in the wrong. Which I'm like, okay. She said, this is good. She said this is a positive for me because whoever, you know, took my bike, maybe they were selling it for parts, for money to, you know, or maybe a young child who I don't know who's taken it, but maybe they needed more than I do because I can always afford another bike. It may take a while, but I can always get. It's just So, goodbye, old friend, my old bike. Thank you for the memories. And oh, excuse me, getting a little teary-eyed. When I was younger, I always imagined, and because I'm a huge fan of the medieval period. I always imagined that my bike would be my horse. I didn't have a horse. I lived in eastern Kentucky. I didn't live on a farm, but I imagine a wee horse, or I imagine like if I ever had to run away, my first thing that I would take was my bike. That's my only mode of transportation while I was young. So I guess, yay for me. I guess I'm gonna go shopping for a new bike, and I'll make sure that it's locked up to a post, and for my brother, it's not even my brother's fault. I don't blame him. Um, and maybe to remind my brother not to put my bike out back without it being locked up. He didn't put his bike out back. His bike was actually inside the house. My bike happened to be in the way, I guess. And again, it's not his fault. And again, my bike was really, really beaten up and not undesirable. I mean, I desired it. I loved it. It had a cute little pink horn, like the annoying kind, goes, And then, if I'm not mistaken, it also had, my dad installed, like, turning signals on it. So whenever, I thought it was the coolest thing as a kid. Like, at the back of the bike, it's turning signals. And then I actually bought a bike, I guess a pouch, I guess you can call it. Or it's like a little compartment you put under your bike seat. It's for, like, my phone or, whatever I need to put, like, my keys. I had to buy all that again. And one of my best friends at work, I told her about it, and this is me almost crying, like telling her. I try not to get embarrassed anymore, but she understood why I was crying, and what she said, it wasn't the bike itself, but it was the memories that was attached to the bike, and then that I felt violated, like, and she told me, like, the fact she explained to me, and she knows me very well. She explained to me that I was upset too, probably because somebody did something so wrong to somebody else. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. But anyway, she made me feel really better. So thank you, Eva. Eva is my best friend I worked with for about, I guess, close to 2 years. She made me feel better, and she said, sometimes you just need to cry. Your body is telling you that it's a set, like you need to let it go, and you're right. And I have many days cried over my bike. Phew. The importance of this video I want to talk to people about is just to take good care of everything you have and be appreciative of the things you do have. I may not have a lot of things, but things I do have in my life are very nice things. I try my best to take care of everything and to not to be so emotionally attached. After getting my bike stolen, I've learned not to be so emotionally attached. It's just who I am. But it's a learning process. Anyway, sorry I'm being all tongue-tied and being all emotional. One of my other best friends, she moved about a year ago. She wrote a blog about having her stuff stolen from a storage unit. I'm actually going to post her link on here, and you should follow her blog and follow her on Twitter. We've known each other for about, it's about 5 years maybe? God, it's been a long time. So I'm talking about you, Callie. I really miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. I haven't talked to you forever. I hope you're doing okay. For me, I'm doing great. I'm working a lot. That hasn't changed. I am trying to change it. I'm working a lot. I'm appreciative of having a job, or jobs rather. But I feel that I'm gonna take baby steps to change my life, which I can't wait. Anyway, Callie with a blog, and it's called Broken Boxes, and I actually read this the other day. I've heard about it before reading it, and it made me really super upset, because if you knew Callie, where did this go? Callie is one of the nicest, sweetest people you ever meet, and it's like, she's a breath of fresh air. Like once she walks into the room, you know, her smile just lights up the room and her laugh, and she, I'm so happy that she is part of my life. Um, and it made me angry and question like, why would anybody do this to Callie? The people who did it didn't know Callie. It didn't matter because, like I said, you do not know the intention of people and what they are capable of, what they want to do. And I remember talking to Callie about this. I'm like, you know, why would anybody do this? Blah blah blah. And you know, I was so pissed. I felt helpless. I couldn't help her, and she just explained to me, you know, some people are just druggies. Some people just have a reason. They break into stores, they break in and just take stuff, and probably because they didn't have anything. You just don't understand what, and you just don't need to, I guess. But the stuff they took didn't make any sense. The stuff that they took was like things that mattered a whole lot to Callie, but wouldn't matter to them. So it's like, what's the point? What's the purpose? And then, you know, in Buddhism, they teach people who practice Buddhism learn that, you know, these material things, you need not to be emotionally attached to them because they're just things. And though we as people, you know, attach ourselves to them. Like, I hope this is making sense. These material things are important, but they're not the most important thing in your life. You know, you can always, like, you know, with my bike, I will always have those memories. That can never be taken away from me. Even though I felt just violated that nobody took those memories away. They just took the bike. The bike can be replaced. Anyway, you should read Broken Boxes. It is a very touching article. When I read it, it was really hard for me to read, not because the content of the material is hard to take in. It's written very well, and it's very moving, and it made, you know, it's a very moving article. And what stood out to me was, and it makes sense, like, you know, if somebody needed something from Callie wouldn't hesitate to, you know, give it to them. In fact, she offers help, advice, anything to help someone else. And she's always been that kind of person. And she's always been such a strong influence in my life because I just feel like all these things happened to her and she always remained positive. You know, I mean, she has her breaking points and her limits. I do too. But it always seems like she's well put together. And she may not think this, but I think this of you, Callie. I really do. It's just like, I feel like you're stronger than me. Emotionally, you're stronger than me. You've been through a lot, and then you always come out. I mean, you're fine. Like, all these things happen to you, but you always remain positive, and I really like that about you a lot. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I really miss Callie. I haven't seen her in so long. Hopefully, I get to see her in a couple months, and if she's here, I will hopefully ask her to be on Vlog with me. She is absolutely fun to talk to. She's such an interesting person, and the funny thing, we have really nothing in common at all. I don't even know how we get along. Sense of humor, our love of music and dance, and she is so talented. So anyway, looks like my 15 minutes is about up. Sorry, I'm just rambling. My goodness. I probably won't be able to make another video. I'm gonna try to record my trip to Jamaica. Yay! That's like next week. I'm gonna try to record my trip to Jamaica. Try to see if I can get some good clips of the wedding. And I want you to meet my friends, and hopefully they'll say something meaningful. Like, hopefully you'll see that the people in my life are so funny, and I love them so much, and they mean so much to me. Anyway, looks like I gotta go. I have like 20 seconds left before YouTube kicks me out. Anyway, long story short, take good care of yourself, your thing, be happy, and live your life the best way you can. Okay, bye.